Hey, what's going on? Sean J. Harris here, and man, I'm hitting y'all up from the West Coast. Man, I used to live out here, not too far from here. I used to live in LA years ago, probably about 25 years ago when I was in the Air Force. And back out here for some business um, in Phoenix, Arizona. And man, I just love the West Coast, man. Look at the sunset. That's one of the biggest things I love about Arizona, New Mexico, California, different parts out this way. Just an incredible sunset. Love it out here. But what I want to talk to y'all about is I'm coming out here for a business trip, coming to meet with my business coach and mentor. And that's one of the biggest things that you want to have in life is to have a mentor. But out here on the flight, had a good flight coming out here. Had a little roller coaster ride right when we were arriving here in Arizona, which was quite interesting, quite bumpy. Whenever we travel, I'm Air Force and Tara's Navy. So I'm always comparing if we have a rough or interesting flight, I always tell it must have been a Navy pilot instead of an Air Force pilot. But man, on the flight here, man, I just love flying, like traveling. But on the plane, I was able to just gather thoughts because I'm always full of information. It's kind of like, if you squeeze an orange, what are you going to get? You're going to get orange juice. If you squeeze a lemon, you're going to get lemon juice. So the thing is, you have to ask yourself, what are you going to get if someone squeezes you? If the pressure's put on you. So whatever you have inside of you, it'll come out when you're under pressure or when you're squeezed. I know that's not a word, but when somebody squeezes you, the best of you will come out. And I actually wrote a book on the flight coming here from Atlanta to Phoenix. So I pretty much got the outline. I'm going to kind of tailor it up a little bit tonight and probably type it up here over the next 24, 48 hours, and I'll be going to print next week. So, that's one of the things I want to talk about is just being able to use your time wisely. A lot of people ask Tara and I, well, how do you guys be able to do the things you do, travel to places you travel, and just different things like that. But, it's just a result of what we do with our time, we all got 24 hours in a day. And one thing I want to talk about is about coaching and mentoring. Even coaches have coaches. I consult with people, I do business development, teach people how to start businesses, show people how to create generational wealth, teach people how to build multiple streams of income. But guys, I still have a coach. And one of the key things you have to ask yourself is, who's your top 5 people that you hang around with? Because the top 5 people you hang with, that's the sum of who you're going to be. So if you say, well, I don't have a lot of income, well, it's probably because the top 5 people that you're hanging with don't have the income that you're desiring. Secondly, if you do have sufficient income sources, it's probably because you're hanging around like-minded people. So that's why I felt the need to get on the plane and come out here to be with my coach. And I'm just excited about what I'm going to learn because it's going to just take my game to a whole new level. So there's no better way than to meet with your business coach at the first of the year. But not just the first of the year, but any time, but primarily coming in 2019 with a bang. Tara and I, we had an incredible 2018. The kids' businesses had an incredible 2018 as well. We got major things in store for the kids. Tara just released a book about a week ago called The Ambitious Guide to a Win in 2019. Kennedy's coming out with a brand new book next month. Caden book, we just got the illustrations back for his book that's going to be releasing here in about 3 weeks. So we're excited about that. Kennedy just released her new affirmation series called Waking Up with Kennedy. And it's exciting. It's to help not just kids but also adults to be able to have positive affirmations when you wake up as well as going to sleep. So she's going to be coming out with a second soundtrack to that that's going to be more of a sleep pattern for affirmations. And studies show that what you go to sleep to and what you wake up to, primarily the first 20 minutes what you wake up to, will determine your day. So we're excited about all those different things that's coming up. And I don't have a topic. What does that mean? Tara told me I need to start kind of reading these as I go. So if I don't respond back to you, charge to the head, not to the heart. But anyway. Having a coach and a mentor, even the best football coaches, quarterbacks. A quarterback is considered the captain of a football team for the most part, but he still have coaches. You got your offensive coach, your defensive coach, pretty much in any sport. So, you know, if you want to scale and go to the next level, you got to have a coach. And if you get to the point where you say, well, I'm comfortable, I feel good about where I'm financially, you know, I used to kind of have that mentality before, but then when I realized, you know, that's kind of a selfish mentality or a selfish attitude, because there's always someone else that you can help. And here's what I found out. When you're always in the helping mode and you're helping people to better themselves or just being a blessing to them, you'll continuously be blessed. And that's a conversation Tara and I have around the house all the time about just being a good steward of your time, being a good steward of your resources, your income and capital, and you'll keep getting blessed back in that regard. But you know, if you're not where you want to be financially, spiritually, in relationships, you know, get around the people that are like what you want to become, and it's inevitable that it'll be contagious and you will have that same effect. So think of like a pond. I always tell people, you know, those top 5 people that you hang around, you want to be the big fish in some ponds, but you also want to be the little fish in other lakes. So what I mean by that is, you know, I have people that I mentor that are my mentees. I'm the big fish in that pond, if you will. But what I do is, I'm not so self-centered to think that I know it all, and that's again why I'm out here in Arizona to be with my business coach, to replenish myself, to get more information, because it's like you get mental constipation if you get so much stuff in you but you don't release it. So as I get stuff, I share it with my mentees. Then when I empty myself, I go back for replenishment through my business coaches and mentors. So that's why I say you want to be a big fish in your own pond, but you better be a little guppy in somebody else's lake, if not ocean, so you can get more information to come back to your feeder pond to continue to grow them. Now here's the thing with that. You know, a sign of a true leader is bringing up other leaders behind them, who can bring leaders behind them. So it's not just one phase of developing leaders, but you want those leaders that you develop to develop subsequent leadership. That's the true sign of leadership. So again, it's getting cold out here. But again, that's the point that I'm getting at as far as being in a position where you have your pond, being a feeder pond, and being able to carry over and get information from yours. You know, when I was traveling, I hit Tara. Oh, I got my Fast Pass. Matter of fact, my business coach told me that because he's all about time compression and speeding up processes. So I got my TSA pre-TSA, whatever thing it's called, where you just zip through, and man, I love that thing. It's like $85 and it lasts for like 5 years, and man, I tell you, that was well worth just being able to get through that line in, geez, about 6 or 7 minutes, and on the train on my way to my gate when it was a big long line for everybody waiting. But the point I want to say with that is, you know, with the government shutdown, those people were disgruntled, man. I was at the airport, those TSA people had the worst attitudes and demeanor. Tomorrow's going to be the first day that those people actually don't get paid. There's someone that I know very well, very close. She's not going to get paid tomorrow. And I know she's not a happy camper. I know a lot of federal employees, and tomorrow's just not going to be a good day. But those people at TSA, they had the worst attitude, and I heard them, you know, it's just talks with the flight attendants. I heard them talking about it, because it's a family there at the airlines, and word is that they supposedly aren't going to show up next week if the shutdown doesn't end this week. But the point I'm saying there is, you know, this affects a lot of people. It affects everybody, whether you're a federal government employee or not. But the point that I want to bring home with that is, you got to have a spare income. You know, you drive your vehicle around with a spare tire. That's in case of a financial blowout, in case of an automotive blowout, tire blowout. Well, the same thing takes place with your finances. You got to ask yourself, do I have a financial spare tire in case of a financial catastrophe? You know, we never plan for bad things to happen, but, you know, you got to be a realist and understand that things will happen. And you got to put yourself in a position where it will not impact you significantly, that can actually wipe you out. And here's what I've done over the years, because it wasn't always like this. You know, for anybody who's actually come out and hear me speak at one of my events, one of my live events, a lot of you guys may know that I actually went homeless for 63 days. Yep, I counted the exact days, and I went 3 weeks with nothing but coffee and noun letters. So to this day, you cannot give me a cup of coffee, and you can't offer me noun letters. There's a lot more behind that story. For those of you who've either read my books or come to see me again live, or just know me very well, some of you guys know about that story. So, you know, I say this stuff to let you know that it wasn't always the way you guys see it now with Tara and I and the family. The kids always traveling. You know, we just got back last summer, went to Thailand, Dubai, Italy, stopped in New York a little bit. Earlier in that year, we traveled to Jamaica with the kids. So, you know, the lifestyle we live now wasn't always like that. But here's what happened. Three things changed. The three things that changed was I changed what I was reading. Okay, you gotta read, because it's a fact that most people that average an income of around $35,000 a year only read one book a year. However, CEOs, we tend to read 60 books a year. That comes out to be about 5 books a month. So that's the number one game changer as far as changing your lifestyle, your income, and just where you are, your positioning in life. And that's one of the biggest things. So you're going to be in position. And again, as you see, I'm here in Arizona. I'm in position to win because I'm going to be with my coach over the weekend. So that's the first thing that changed. The second thing that changed was who we hung with. Again, I talked about that 5, your top 5. If you hang around people that are negative mental attitude, or don't have a winning mentality, or don't see more for themselves as far as moving ahead, guess what? You're going to be in the same situation. You all heard before, if you hang around 9 broke folks, guess who's going to be number 10? And the third thing that we changed was what we did with our spare time, or what I like to say, non-productive time. No one has spare time. It's not like you got an extra 2 hours that you can put on your 24-hour workday. We all have the same amount of time, which is 24 hours. And again, you have to be a good steward of that time. So what changed for us there was, in our non-productive time, we did productive things. I'm going to say that again. In our non-productive time, we did productive things. Right now can be considered non-productive time. Back in Atlanta, it's almost 8 o'clock. A lot of people getting ready to wind down, watching TV, having a glass of wine. I'm out here putting down another book. This will be book number 22 or 23 that I'll have completed before I touch back down in Atlanta. See, those are the kind of things that I'm referring to when I say being able to maximize your time or use your time wisely. Because if you're not using that time wisely, you won't be given any more time for fruitful activity. So, you know, it's real big. And, you know, Tara just sent her out to Vegas last week with her mom for her mom's birthday. And, you know, again, that just came from a series of good decisions that I've made over the years that changed. It changed the dynamics of our finances, changed our time. You guys see, we'll go live, or we'll take pictures at any given time of the day or night from any location. You know, when we go live, you never know where we're coming from. Maybe out of the country, maybe at the gym, maybe eating, maybe at lunch with the kids. You know, that's a good feeling also, to know that, you know, I can just stop in and have lunch with the kids. I can do surprise pop-ins with the school system. You know, they never know when I'm coming. Both Kennedy and Cajun School both know when Mr. Harris show up, we better be on our P's and Q's. So I just want to share that with you guys. As we're coming into the new 2019, you know, I guess just seeing all those TSA workers this morning, it affected me, but not in a terrible way, because of the fact that everyone has the opportunity to do something different, do something better. Now, you don't have to stop what you're doing professionally or for a career, but it will behoove you, it'll be a good idea, it'll be a good thought process just to be able to say, hey, I have a secondary stream of income, and not have to rely solely on one stream of income that could change at any time. So hope these words of wisdom is helping somebody. And if you do own a job or work for a job, if you want to stay in a profession, still line yourself up, position yourself. That should be the key word for 2019. Be in position. Be in position to get a blessing. So as you see the shirt, I got this shirt in multiple colors, and I wear it proudly. And people ask, well, what is it like being a CEO? if I could say the biggest thing about being a CEO is owning your life, having freedoms, having choices. You know, a lot of people say, well, Sean, money isn't everything, or money doesn't make you happy. Well, I've lived life without money and I live life with money, and I like having money because not having money doesn't make you happy either. So, you know, be in a position where you can have some freedoms, and that's all money is. Money is neither good nor bad. It just takes on the characteristic of the person who has it. It just amplifies who you are. So if you're a terrible person, you'll just be a more magnified and amplified terrible person. If you're a person who have a good heart, good spirit, money's just going to put you in a position where you're going to be that much more of a better person, an effective person, a person who can add value and bring significance to the world and to other people. So, guys, if you want to meet up with me, do a consultation, feel free to contact me through my website, SeanJHarris.com. And look forward to seeing all you guys. I look forward to seeing so many of you guys being able to give good reports of tremendous things that have taken place in 2019. And a lot of you guys are going to be starting companies and scaling up your current companies. So take care, guys. I'm going to go ahead and finish up this book and finish watching this beautiful sunset out here in Arizona. So take care, and I'll see you guys soon.